Hello, my friends and colleagues. Today is June 19, 2021. It is the day before the official start of summer for us that are living here in the Northern Hemisphere, and the official day for the start of winter for those of you who are in the Southern Hemisphere. So I thought it would be a good time to do a group session that there is a change in the cycle of the seasons, and that might also, um, be a good thing for us to think about in terms of changing the cycle that we have been in for the last, maybe 15 months or so of the global disturbance that the whole COVID situation has created. So I was thinking that we should maybe look at improving our health and looking forward to good fortune. And as I was thinking about this, I thought, well, maybe what I need to really do is find out by using a technique or a tool to read the universal energies as to what would be appropriate to do for a group session, what kind of a theme. So, one of the things that I do occasionally when I have an important question to ask is I consult what is known as the I Ching. This is my version of it. The I Ching is a Chinese uh, program or system that's literally thousands of years old. It's I Ching means the book of changes. And whenever you ask an important question, it has, there are different ways. With mine, it's a set of cards, but you can use coins or you can use straws or something like that to draw up a hexagram. And that each hexagram has a meaning to it and it answers your questions. And if there is a change coming, then you actually get two hexagrams, one for the current state of affairs in terms of the question that you asked. And then the second one is what it is turning into. And so when I did this prior to this session, I came up with two hexagrams. The first one was number 63, called completion. And some of you who have your own I Ching, you might want to look it up because every interpretation is a little bit different. But I will read you what the interpretation is in my version of this. So number 63 is known as completion. And it says, after you have completed, what will you do? Start to think about after the end before the end is reached. Enjoy the end, but realize it is also a beginning. Everything is in order and all is well with the universe. A cycle is coming to fruition and loose ends will now be tied up. Now, isn't that exactly where we're at in terms of the world situation? It seems like the COVID situation is coming to an end one way or another. And so you need to think about after the end, what will you be doing? And this is where the good health and the good fortune hopefully will come in. Now, this also had a second hexagram, and it was number 40. And this one is called removing obstacles. So, this is what you need to look at in terms of the cycle is coming to an end, and now the I Ching is telling us what it is we need to be focusing on next. And so, I'll just read this one to you briefly here. If you want to go ahead, you will have to remove the barriers that have been placed in your way. But first consider why you are being blocked before acting hastily. This is a liberating time indeed. Things are about to change for the better. You just have to make this final effort. Obstacles need to be removed carefully and with an understanding of why they are there in the first place. Learn from mistakes you have made in the past. Now, that is a very wise sort of advice that the I Ching from the universe is giving us, because it's basically the same way forward at any time, whether you are going through a crisis immediately, or it's ending, or it's starting. You really do need to reflect upon what it is that we are supposed to be learning from all of this. And what that entails then is a going inwards, going into an examination of what it is that is going on inside that is blocking you from moving forward at any point in time. So, keeping that in mind, I am going to now do a HelioSol session, and we'll use this as the theme for it to move forward in the future once this cycle, this current cycle has ended. What is it that we're supposed to be looking at? And that is removing obstacles so that we can move forward in our own lives. So I'm going to just get myself into my alpha stage. I'm just going to quickly drop into my agape mind retreat. And that just takes me a few moments. And I'm going to invite every one of you into my retreat through the teleporter. And if you are joining us anytime after today, no problem. You will also be a part of this group. Remember, we are all one. Okay. So now I'm going to start by asking if we have consent at all levels to proceed, and I get a yes. And then I will ask, do we need to add anything else to this theme? And I get a no. The next question then is to ask whether BIMA is required, and I get a yes. So BIMA is an acronym for the brain, the head brain, the heart brain, the enteric brain, all being synchronized together and working through the M, which is the mind, to be open to the A, which is the Atman or the absolute, the 0 point field, if you're into scientific terminology. To be open to all the possibilities that exist for shifting, for healing, for changing, whatever is required. So it is a preparation for the session. So we're going to just download that immediately. So we're going to connect pineal and pituitary and tap over the heart area and just breathe in the light of who we are, highlighting the BIMA frequencies and breathing out gratitude, and it is done. And then I'll ask, is it done? And I get a yes. So as I come up with these templates to be downloaded, these frequencies, if you do the same kind of downloading that I do, then that will just amplify what it is that I am doing for you. So now that we have the preparation, we can start with looking for the first concern that we need to address. So I'm just going to go down and find out whether it's on the physical body level, the energetic body level, the mental level, the supramental level. I'm getting a yes. So we're working at the supramental body level first. We need to find out more information. So is it the archetypes? No, it's the Atman soul. Yes. So the Atman soul, I'm just going to write this down. The Atman soul does not actually require healing or balancing. The Atman, the soul, who we are, is a part, not even a part, is identical with the absolute, with the one that there is. So it doesn't need any balancing and healing. So why does it come up as a concern? It's because that aspect, which sits symbolically within the area of the heart, is being blocked from expressing itself fully as we would say, as an enlightened being would be coming out of the level of the Atman, the soul, and being interacting with with life around us from that perspective. It's being blocked, and what's blocking it are these obstacles that the I Ching was talking about. And from our perspective, the blocks, if you dig down far enough, are all about the beliefs that we're holding about ourselves, about what's happening out in the world, and so on. And then, of course, the emotions, the attachments to those beliefs, whenever they get triggered, they are going to elicit an emotion. And so we've got this emotional armoring around the Atman or the soul, whichever term you prefer to use, that is not allowing it to be expressed. So the next question then is to ask what those concepts are that we are attached to. So there is a way of working our way to find that. So is it on a conscious mind level? No. Is it on a subconscious mind level? Yes. So then we go down to find out whether these were created in our current life, and I get a yes. So do we need more information? Yes. So we probably need to know what the theme is of these beliefs. So I'm just going to go down our little list here. Is it activity? No. Control? No. Culture? Environment? Experience? No. Fear. I get a yes to fear. So do I need more information on fear? Yes. Do I need to change the word? No. So we need to find a more specific wording around that. Yes. So we need to find something. Well, I'm keeping in mind the theme that we have, pardon me, as I search for this wording. So each one of us has our own personal fears. And the fears are going to be around what is beyond the end, as the I Ching words it. So we're looking at our personal fears around the unknown, future unknown. Okay. Do I need more information than that? I get no. Do I need another concept? No. Okay, so that means then that we can move on to looking for the templates that will help to resolve the issue that we have highlighted here. So I'm going to go through the templates now to find where we're going. Is it frequency? No. Basic? No. Constructive? No. Deconstructive? Yes. A breakup? No. Connective tissue release? No. Detoxification? No. Disentanglement? Neutralize? I get a yes. So basically what we're going to be doing is neutralizing the charges on the fears, our own personal fears that we have around, the future and what dangers or threats there might be that we're worried about. Yeah, and we don't need any further information on that. So now we're looking for another template. I get a yes. Are we still within deconstructive? And I get a yes. So are we moving to breakup, connective? Oh, it's a breakup. It's the very first one. So what this usually means is that we are breaking up something within the body mind. And since we're dealing with this emotional armoring around the Atman and around the soul, that's what we're going to be breaking up. And I've just confirmed that. So it's like we're going to be breaking up all of that stuff that is stopping the Atman or the soul to shine its light through. It's being blocked. Pardon me. Yes. And we don't need any further information on that. So is there another template? And I get a yes. Are we still within deconstructive? I get a yes. And now it's a connective tissue release. So once we've broken up that emotional armoring around the heart, then we can use the concept of releasing it from the connective tissue so that it can be removed out of the area, which probably means that the circulation template will come up, and I get a yes. So that would have been under the basic category, but because it came up, I'm just going to go with it. So we're going to basically use the improved blood circulation, lymph circulation, and so on to remove everything out of the connective tissue. And there's no more information on that. Okay, is there another template? I get a yes. So is it within the deconstructive? No. Transformative? No. Transcendence? No. Other? No. Back up to the top. Frequency? Yes. Is it a light frequency? No. It's a color frequency? Yes. Is it a rainbow color? No. It's a composite color? Yes. Okay, so the composite colors are magenta or turquoise, white, black, gray, brown, pink, gold. I'm getting a yes to gold. So just out of curiosity, I am going to look up what it says under gold. So our frequencies, the colors and so on, can be used to amplify certain characteristics or certain things in the body mind, or it can be used to cancel out something depending on the sine wave, whether it's amplifying it, adding to it, or being the exact opposite. So when I look at the emotions that gold will amplify, it amplifies compassion and love and happiness. It amplifies being generous and optimistic. And here is what it cancels out. It cancels out fear. It cancels out being greedy or impatient, things like that. And being obsessive too is with obsessive thoughts or behaviors. When I look at some of the possible concepts that it will amplify, success, and it cancels out failure. It amplifies achievement and prosperity and abundance and wealth and so on. So that those are all good things. If I look at some of the possible mental or physical health benefits, well, there are some that may or may not apply depending on your own personal situation. So what I'm going to do is I'll just read the list here again. Gold frequency will ease arthritic pain. It will reduce addictive, obsessive, or self-sabotaging tendencies. So that's one that will help us overcome some of these obstacles in moving forward. It also aids in weight reduction. It improves blood circulation, fights cancer cells, if anyone is in that unfortunate situation. It improves nervous, endocrine, and digestive disorders. It supports free expression of emotions. It reduces the need for egoic power and control. It improves focus. It improves mental attitude. And it enhances wisdom that self-worth comes from within. Again, that looking inwards and seeing how the internal perspective is really what is being reflected back. Stabilizes body temperature, increases energy, it increases libido. So that is what the frequency of gold will do. And of course, your innate intelligence is going to pick from any of those specifically for what you require. So now I'm going to ask if there are any other templates. I got a no. So can we download? I get a no, which means that we're on to a second concern. So I'm just going to flip back to my master chart here. Is it on the physical body level? No. The energetic body level? No. On the mental body level, I get yes. And we're going straight to concepts. So again, we're going to be looking at what kind of belief systems are, in addition to the fear ones, what else we need to address. So I'll start off again by finding out whether it's on a conscious level. No. Is it on a subconscious level? Yes. Is it current lifetime? No. This time we're looking at historical lifetime. So these are beliefs that we have inherited. They've come in through the DNA that we received at the time of conception. And they can be triggered depending on what's happening in our lifetime. And we can also be adding to them as well. So now I need to find out what the theme is for this inherited historical belief system, set of beliefs. So is it activity? No, it's control. And do I need to have more information on control? And I get a yes. What? Yes. So is it something to do with not having control, like losing control. And I need more information. So probably need to expand that to a phrase. Yes. All right. So something about losing control. And I'm just going to use the retreat. My subtle sense of hearing is the strongest there. And so I'm just going to listen to see what it is that we're supposed to be saying here. So it has more to do, again, with this overall feeling that people are having these days about having control taken from them. And so that is the phrase. It's that the feeling that control is being taken away from me. I don't have control. And I don't need to have more information than that. So that's enough of a wording to grab that for each of us, our own little version of it. So is there another concept we need to add to this? No. Okay, so now again, we can look at the templates that will address this particular control issue that we were born with. It's a huge human issue of control, and it does get passed on from generation to generation, so that's not surprising. But anyway, let's look at which templates will clear this for us. Is it under frequency template? No. Basic? No. Constructive? Yes. Is it add, complementary connections, connect and communicate, epigenetic, microbiome, optimize it? Post-traumatic stress. Very interesting. The post-traumatic stress template is actually made up of a combination of other templates. So I'm just going to look this up. So that I can give you an idea of what is coming up to deal with this inherited set of beliefs around not having control or having control taken from us. So this template includes neutralizing any stored emotions. Again, the fear is coming up. Could be anger at whoever or whatever you think is taking away the control. The guilt, maybe for either submitting to that loss of control or whatever. Sadness, even shame is listed here. This post-traumatic stress template also works to remove the negative beliefs from the mind and the neuropeptides, so the little molecules of emotion that are associated with the emotions that we've just neutralized, removing them from the cell membranes, whether they're in the brain or anywhere in the body where they've been stored. And then again, circulation again to get those neuropeptides to the organs of elimination to get rid of them from the body mind. Brain stabilization to balance the production of neuropeptides, vasopressin, neuropeptide Y, serotonin, dopamine, and T3. So all sorts of different brain chemistry shifts to bring up your moods, to start to regulate things again in the body in a more normal way than when you're under stress, because of course this is the post-traumatic stress template. Homeostasis, for balancing again the biochemical, this time feedback loops between the different parts of the brain, between the brain and the adrenals, because of course it's the hypothalamus pituitary in the brain that tell the adrenals whether or not to produce their stress hormones. And so we're calming all that down. There's also the connect and communicate template that's activated. This is when the amygdala complexes, the emotional brain, is going to be connected with the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is believed to be the gateway into the brain from our higher self, our soul, our Atman. And so we connect the emotional brain to the prefrontals, and then from the prefrontals, we drop down and connect to the heart center, where the Atman, the soul, is that we're going to be releasing. There's also an epigenetic DNA component to this, to make all the anatomical and physiological corrections at the genetic level. And of course, we're trying to clear out the belief system around control that we came in with. And so now we can address that either through epigenetics or even at the actual DNA level. There's also a repair to any cell compromised by long-term action of cortisol or other stress hormones. The cortisol, of course, is the hormone that is released by the adrenals. That is supposed to be very useful in short-term dealing with stress, gets your body ready to deal with it, but then it's supposed to be released from cell membranes and taken out of, like it, cortisol can actually enter into cells and penetrate into the DNA to cause it to change whatever the programming is that the DNA gives to the cell in order for it to provide proteins or stop providing proteins, so that the energy under stress is focused on things that are required for either running away from the stress or combating it, like if you're feeling like you need to be fighting back that the anger and so on. There's also a detoxification component to this. So if by chance you've been dealing with the stresses of the past, particularly the COVID, by being stuck indoors and so on, if you've been eating maybe more sugar than you're supposed to be, more carbs, or drinking alcohol or something like that, then the detox portion of this is going to help clear that out as you now move out of that cycle into the new one that's starting up. And then, look at this. The last component to the post-traumatic stress template is adding beliefs that lead to a feeling of being in control again. Now, we know that we don't have absolute control, but we do have the ability to feel like you're in control, even though you know that in the long run there isn't anything, and everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Just as the I Ching said, everything is perfect in the universe as it is. So now we're just going to fit into that with our own mental constructions. So let me find out if there is anything else that we need. No, so there are no other templates. So can we download now? Yes. So to briefly go over again, we're working with the HelioSol, clearing out the blockage that's there by neutralizing the beliefs, breaking up the emotional armoring, clearing out the connective tissue. We are improving circulation and adding the frequency of gold. And then we are also dealing with this subconscious historical set of beliefs that we came in with around control. And in order to clear that, we are using the post-traumatic stress template. So we are going to be breathing in the light of who we are and highlighting all of these frequencies on the in-breath, and then on the out-breath, we are being full of gratitude for it is done. And then we'll ask, is it done? Yes. And there is another concept coming up, or concern coming up. Yes, we're not completely finished yet. So again, let's go through the concerns. Is it on the physical body level? No. The energetic body level? No. The mental body level? No. The supramental body? No, which means we're going down to the preparation section. Yes. So this is to prepare us for, on our master chart, it says a future event. But I have a feeling what we're talking about here is that the end of the cycle. How are we going to deal with what is coming for us in the start of the next cycle? So let's find out what we are specifically preparing for. Is it for a specific event? No. Okay. Is it, well, what I'm hearing is everybody has this phrase of getting back to the new normal. Or is it something about getting back to the new normal? I actually get a no. Is it something to do, though, with the end of the cycle and the start of the new cycle? I get a yes. Okay, so the quickest way for me to find out what it's all about, to focus in by asking the question and listening for the answer. So what I'm hearing is actually what I've been telling people all along, is that the answer is the same as what it's always been. The answer is look inward and clear out whatever the belief systems are, and we've already got a good start on that. Whatever the belief systems are that are blocking us from living from that internal perspective of what's real, which is what you can't see. It's the soul, the Atman. That's the real, the only reality, which is one with everything. And, what is not real is what we think is real. The physical environment, the political environment, the health environment, that none of that is real. It is part of the illusion. And that is um, a very challenging shift to make, but the only person who can do it is you yourself. You're the only one who can make that internal shift in perception. So it looks like this preparation is going to help each of us to go inwards, and to make that shift. So let me ask if I need any more information. Actually, I get a yes. So is it what? No. When? So when is this going to kick in as a preparation? And I get immediately. It will kick in immediately. As soon as you hear what the templates are that are coming up, and you download it for yourself, and it doesn't matter whether you're doing it today or tomorrow or in a month from now or even in a year from now, it will kick in. So you can do it more than once as well. So let's find out what the templates are that we will be downloading. All right. Is it a frequency? No. Is it a basic? No. Is it a constructive? No. Is it deconstructive? Yes. Breakup? No. Connective tissue release? No. Detox? No. Disentanglement? Yes. So what that means is we are entangled with the illusion. And so what we're going to do is we're going to disentangle, pull you out so that something can be applied before you're gently dropped back down into the illusion, into what you call your life. So that's the first thing that we're going to be doing. So is there another template? And I get a yes. Are we still within deconstructive? I get a yes. Is it, no, we were down at disentanglement. So neutralize, no. Remove, no. Vertical time, I get a yes. This also makes sense. So while you're disentangled, the illusion is a linear thing. It's like we think of, our past, and then it's in the very small present moment, and then the future. So it's like a horizontal timeline. And that is not the way time is in reality. That is something that humans have made up with their brain in order to make sense of, the unfolding of the seemingly unfolding of our life. But everything is actually in the now, and how we get there is through vertical time. So now what happens is that this horizontal timeline gets shifted 90 degrees. So now we're looking at the timeline in vertical. And this template, what it does is it takes then what was considered the past and what was considered the future. It collapses both into the now, into the only time that is now, because it's always now. And at the same time, what it does is it collapses all the active memories of the past, all the worries and fears of the future, and it brings them into the now, where actually it doesn't exist in that way. So that's the vertical time concept. Do Do I need more information on it? No. Is there another template? I get a yes. Are we still in deconstructive? I get no. Are we in transformative? I get a yes. Free energy, holographic blueprint, realignment, rebirth, no, program rewire. Okay, so again, while you're still in that disentangled state, we're going to be reprogramming and rewiring the body mind. And it might be interesting to have a look at that particular template. I'm not going to read this whole one. It's getting kind of long here, this session, longer than I thought it would be. But it's going to defragment the data files that cellular organelles are working with, increasing efficiency and boosting performance in any part of the body. So there's going to be a reprogramming of every one of your cells. Doesn't matter where it is. It will also encourage neuroplasticity in any one or all of the three brains that we talk about: the head brain, the heart brain, the gut brain. Breaking down old neural pathways associated with repetitive negative thoughts or bad habits. And also synchronize the three brains to work together under a new higher consciousness. So that's what we're reprogramming and rewiring so that you are able to move into that higher state of consciousness. Do I need more information on that? I get a no. Okay. Do we need another template? I get a yes. We were under transformative, no. Transcendence, no. Other, no. Frequency, I get yes. This time it's a light frequency. So is it infrared, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, violet? I get a yes to violet. So violet is between 700 and 800 terahertz. Are we using the complete frequency range? No. So is it between 700 and 750? No. 750 and 800, yes. Do I need to narrow that? I get a yes. So is it between 750 and 760? I get a yes. Do I need to refine that any further? And I get a no. So we are working using the frequency between 750 and 760 terahertz, which is part of the violet light frequency range. Oh, okay. So I'm just looking it up here. So it is associated with the crown chakra, again, allowing that connection with the one universe, the one, the overarching soul, and so whatever you want to call it, and allowing that connection to our little piece of it. So it's associated with the crown chakra. What it amplifies, because remember, all these frequencies can either amplify or cancel out. It'll amplify love, contentment, confidence, being resolute, and it cancels out loneliness, and so on. probably a little more interested in what it says under possible mental and physical health benefits. The very first one says burns karma. Again, karma is something that we come into this lifetime with. So this is, again, going to help with clearing out any kind of obstacles at that level that we brought in with us. And the second bullet point says it raises consciousness. Again, that internal perception that we want to change. It brings into integrity so that you're actually working from that higher state, that more enlightened state, so that your words, your actions, your deeds, your thoughts are all more aligned and come out that way. Enhances clear thinking. It improves headaches and dizziness, again, to clear the head. And it improves hormonal imbalances. These are some of the things that it will do. So, as I said, the violet light frequency is going to help with this. So, do I need any more information? No. Are there any other templates? No. So we are able to download? Yes. Okay. So here we go. Downloading all of these frequencies now by breathing in the white light of who we are, in through the crown, all the way down to the root chakra, and then breathing out with gratitude. It is done. Is it done? Yes, it is. All right, so once we have downloaded that, then you are gently placed back into the illusion, into your life, with all of these shifts now able to help you and support you in approaching what is coming at the end of this cycle and the beginning of the new cycle. Approach it with a different perspective. So let's find out if there are any more concerns. No. Which means that we are at the end of the session. I'll just double check and I get a yes. All right, so then we can go and ask if we need any support or anything to do with sleep. Sleep came up as a yes. So that means either you're going to have something that the sleep template offers to help you sleep if you've been having trouble because of the worries and fears and so on that you've been experiencing. Or perhaps it's just to allow for having enough time in stage 2 of sleep in order to process everything that we have downloaded. So let's just download the sleep template. So breathing in the frequencies, highlighting the frequencies of the sleep template, and breathing out with gratitude that it is done. Is it done? Yes. Any homework? Not anything specific other than doing your internal work, whatever and however that looks for you. All right. I wish you all much health and prosperity and everything else that the session is going to bring for you. So I am going to end the session now, and we'll be open to questions or comments. If it is something that you are attending now on the 19th of June, I will be here to answer questions right away. If you are doing this later, as seeing this as a recording and downloading it, and any questions come up, please do email me. You can email me through the website, which is www.heliosolsystem.org. There's a contact at the top of the menu that you can click, and that's how you can get a hold of me. Or you can get a hold of me through my personal website, which is www.innatehealing.net. Anyway, I wish you a wonderful day and a wonderful new cycle.